Good morning, good morning. Welcome to Coffee with the Pastor and Pastor Samuel Stratton. Glad to be back with you. We want to take the time out this morning to thank you for tuning in with us. And we pray that what we have to say to you today, that it will be a blessing to you and that you can carry it on in your life and spread it to someone else. I want to talk this morning for just a few moments from the 16th chapter of the book of Luke. In that parable that Jesus spoke about the rich man and Lazarus. And I want to just subtitle that where he talked in the 16th, the 19th through the 31st verse about that parable. I want to paraphrase it to talk about don't be fooled. We live in a world that is forever false advertising. There is a great part of misinformation going on in the world in which we live, where people are evading the truth and they're spreading lies, and people are buying into their lies, and it's ruining people's lives. It's giving people's mind the wrong conception of really what reality is all about. And I want to talk to you just for a few moments this morning about don't be fooled. Oftentimes when we look at our TV and we see advertisement, or if we are on our electronic devices, depending on the website that we're on, sometimes advertisement pops up. It pops up to show us product that people want us to spend our hard-earned money for, and it gives us the conception that the product that is being sold will solve the issue of what we are trying to resolve. And so many times we'll spend our money without really thinking, or really without looking into what we're doing, because we've taken the word of what somebody else has said. But I want to tell you, don't be fooled. In the 16th chapter of Luke, we have a story of something that you cannot afford to be misled about. It's about eternal security, and it's about your soul. It's about a cycle after the cycle of life has completed, that when our spirits go back to God, and that when our bodies return back to the dust, the transformation that is going to take place. But it's something very interesting about this story, because there is a misconception among people that once they're dead, it's over with. There's nothing else to go through. But I want to reinforce the fact that I am a Christian. I am a believer that heaven and hell are two real existing places. Because if it was not, God would have not have warned us, and Jesus would not have died for us to go to one of them. So in this story, we see about a rich man, a man that had everything. He had fine clothing. He had good food. He lived in a fine house. He must have lived on a hill, because the Bible teaches us that the beggar Lazarus laid at his gate. And this rich man was so caught up in himself. He was so fooled by what he had, and he thought his money gave him security. His fine clothes made him look good. His house made everybody ride by and take a look at. But what this man didn't have, he didn't have Jesus. And this story and this parable that Jesus told is that one day Lazarus had died. And when Lazarus had died, he had gone to heaven. And the rich man had died. And the rich man had gone to hell. And the rich man lifted up his eyes and looked toward heaven, and he saw Lazarus. And he was in a tormented place, because he said, the place that I'm in torment. And I want to tell you, hell is a real place in torment. Hell is a real place for people that don't believe. Hell is a real place where Satan will reside. But there is another place that you can be in, and that's heaven. You can be in God's presence, and you can be around God and have the joy of God, which Lazarus received. He didn't have everything on earth, but he receives now everything that is in heaven. And I want to say to all of us today, don't pursue after things, material things that fade. Don't try to store up a bunch of treasures where thieves will break in and take them, and where rust and moth will get on them. What I want you to do is to make up your mind that you're going to give everything that you have to God, and you're not going to be misled by the fact of thinking that there is no heaven or no hell. There is a heaven, and there is joy in heaven. And I pray that these words will teach you and help you to understand. Don't be fooled, because everybody that speak words don't speak words that are wise words. So hear what the Lord has to say. Give your soul to God, and let God give your soul a resting place. God bless you. God keep you. Don't be fooled. Trust God.